Greetings. If you clicked on this video, I meet you with greetings. Another episode of Part My Back Podcast is me, Sebastian West. Follow me on Instagram at _Sebastian West, where you can check out my artwork in all of its splendor. Now, if you don't like what I'm kicking, like what I'm spitting, just know when you tune to this, the cloth is different. It's been a doozy regarding going to the movie theater. It's been very underwhelming. So I think about a year ago, I stated that I will give my 5 most underrated movies. To me, I would drop that list. So I'm doing some more of catch up. I know time has been flying by, at least for me that is. Time has been zipping by. Went back to one of the videos, I said that I was going to drop up 5 most overrated movies to me, and here it is. So nevertheless, here are my most 5 underrated movies. I have some honorable mentions as well. I know these movies will probably make some people tight. Now, when I state underrated, I'm referring to films that I don't care if they grossed X amount of dollars at the box office, right? Talking about the hype. In certain discussions, and I discuss movies on the daily for some reason, I don't know, I'm a nerd. So I discuss these movies and they just keep coming up in these discussions that I have. These certain particular films just keep popping up with these genres. Like these same films keep popping up. So, and I recall, I think as I'm getting older, I'm just not it. They're just not it for me. It's not it. Maybe because I'm getting old like dinosaurs, so I just don't like this anymore. I don't know, my brain is just not, it's not accepting mediocrity. To me, it's mediocre, you know. And the names can be big budget names or the most popular names, most notable actors and actresses, and it still is not it for me. So, if you don't agree, put it in the comments. If you do agree, put it in the comments. Now, keep in mind, this is my objective perspective. Bias and sometimes non-bias at the same token. So don't take me seriously. Once again, I am a 6'7" bozo who turned on the camera and decided to make a list of movies that were overrated to me. Voila. So let's get into it. First honorable mention. Now, maybe I just not able to relate to this sort of film or this environment, the things of that nature, but I wish I had The Undertaker, like the sound that Undertaker used to make in '93, you know, when he first stepped on the scene. I know I'm showing my age. When I did used to watch wrestling for like, used to watch it, but the little gong or whatever. Yeah, boom. So, first film on my list is none other than Friday, starring Chris Tucker, Ice Cube, and John Witherspoon, Neil Long, slew of people, right? I'm not able to relate. Like, listen, I remember when I was in 6th grade. I think I watched this movie when I got older, if I'm not mistaken. I can't. Yeah. I just know it was a big hype at school. Like, yo, watch Friday. Watch the 6th or 7th grade, I can't recall. Everybody talking about Friday. You know, jokes are flying. I don't get the jokes. I didn't get the jokes with the big perm, big worm. I didn't get these jokes until I saw the film. And when I saw the film, I'm just like, you know, like, all right, okay, this is what the buzz is about. Like, I don't know. The comedy, not my sort of humor at all. So I didn't really get the humor. Chris Tucker was never funny to me. John Witherspoon he was humorous in the film. But everything in a nutshell, I just didn't find funny. It just didn't hit like that to me. It didn't. And I know it made X amount of dollars in Ice Cube with a small budget, and it's some sort of classic to some. Yeah, it's not on my list of classics, that's for sure. So, yeah, Friday makes it. I'm just not I was never a Friday guy. You know, just not for me. Once again, not for me. So the hype that was around it when I saw it, and I guess the older I'm getting, the more I just didn't like it. I may have watched it twice, maybe. Once when I was younger and once when I was older, and it's kind of trash to me, honestly. It's really trash. Moving right along to my other honorable mention. This is a new one. So I'm mixing, like making gumbo. Endgame. Yo. I know it's fresh. I own the DVD. I bought it the whole 9 yards. I recall going to this film at like 4 p.m. because my man Mel, salute to Mel. I think he had like an extra ticket. He was like, yo, you want to go see, Endgame? Bet. It was like 4 or something like that. I'm like, man, I'll go watch that. I ain't to pay for it, so salute. I ain't to pay for it. And I remember leaving the movie theater and I was just like, that's it? Like, that's the end game? That's like, this was like 14, this is a 14-year span leading up to this. It had like, 14 years of these movies being made, and this is the lead up. Like, this is the end. Not it. The propaganda, the fat Thor, and the humor, and Captain America picking up Thanos' hammer paws. I mean, I get it. I know the whole women empowerment. At the end, the scene where they all got together and listen, salute the women and everything. Like, trust me, that's not. It's just forced. It felt forced. And following Infinity Wars, this is what we get. No. I don't care about how much money that it made, grossed. I don't care about none of that stuff. This is the end. I'm expecting it was anticlimactic. For me, once again, for me. I don't care if Tony Stark died and all that. That didn't bother me. It was just, it was overly melodramatic. Just to me, the whole end scene where there's funeral and Cap and what's my man's name? What's his name, yo? Anthony Mackie's character with him gets the shield and Bucky and that whole little scene, and Cap is the love and like a big drama. It's one big drama, one big end game with just dramatic end game. So that makes my honorable mention. End game makes it, man. And like I said, I watched this movie at the movie theater and I bought the DVD to see, was I bugging? Like, let me watch this again at home. Let me really digest this film. And it fell flat once again. So yes, Endgame makes a list, man. And another honorable mention, Blade Runner, the first one, not the one with Ryan Gosling. Blade Runner 2049, no, the first one with Harrison Ford. Snooze fest. This movie, I think on IMDb probably is like an 8 or something like that. Very highly rated film. When I saw the second one, I went back and watched the first one too. I want to just get them to connect. No, it was a snooze. Boring. I don't know what it's a. I just don't. It's just not for me. It just doesn't. And it's very hyped up film. If you talk to people about Blade Runner, no Blade Runner. Like, and when you get in those rooms and those type of crowds, Blade Runner is spoken about highly. Like, it is a spoken about, highly sought after film. Like, people mention this movie. Like, yo, have you seen Blade Runner? Like, honestly. No. That is my honorable mention. So we will get to the top 5 most overrated movies. That's starring at number 5. Scream. I recall being in high school when this dropped. I think I was in college. I think I was in high school when this dropped. The buzz around this film, when I tell you, especially the Ghostface mask, I never got into that either. The cast and things of that nature. This movie, the hype around this was major. Like, I'm sure they made a lot of money off those stupid masks, yo, and those stupid little knives or whatever. I'm sure they made a lot of dough off that. Star-studded cast of one-liners in these slasher films. I think I got every genre in this, like horror and everything. Crime, suspense, action, whatever. I have it all. Oh, I thought about another honorable mention too. Just Notebook. The Notebook. When you mention love story, people go directly towards The Notebook. I watched it when I was young. I've watched it as I've gotten older. I'm not a sappy guy, and I think that's why it's overrated to me. Because everybody mentions The Notebook. That's like their go-to film. Have you seen The Notebook? Like The Notebook? Yeah, I watched it. Yeah, it's not for me. I need more of let my man go all out to get the person back. Like, it's just, I don't like it to be love to be framed in this manner. Like, if you're gonna do something, like, maybe it's just not appealing to me and my personality. It can't be framed in this manner. I'm just not digging this sappy type of love that's depicted in these films. No, absolutely not. No. So The Notebook, man. Now Scream, back to Scream at number 5. Talked about Holly, the whispers and the chatters. Have you seen Scream? Have you, everybody talking about it. When I seen it, I thought it was a joke. Like the Blair Witch thing, I thought it was a joke. Scream, I really thought it was a joke. And I think that's what they were going for. Some, like, the little one-liners and the humor and things of that nature. Now, I get the twist. That was kind of cool. Like, it looked like it was a joke. Like, I know, I just didn't like the way it was portrayed. I didn't like, it was just too goofy. And I'm probably, that's what they were going for. Scream, though. Like, Scream. It's definitely overrated to me. Just, I don't know. It's not for me. And number 4, Basic Instinct. Growing up, I heard about Basic Instinct, right? And I guess it was the hoopla regarding Sharon Stone at this time. She was an attractive woman at this time, I guess. And they were talking about Sharon Stone and what happened in the movie. And it's not a good movie, first of all. It's just not a good movie. They made it seem like the movie was dope, and they made it seem as if this particular scene was one of the best scenes at this particular time, and no. It's just a movie that was a movie, I guess. I don't know. Like, it's mentioned a lot, though. People mention Basic Instinct a lot. Highly rated film as well. Like, it's one of those films. Like, in that genre, people mention Basic Instinct. Yeah, no. It's a highly overrated film. And number 3. I wish I had a drum roll. People about to be tight. Titanic. A 3-hour film about a boat sinking and a love story. I know this movie has broken records as one of the most highly grossed films ever made. Highly overrated. I don't like it at all. The love story, miss me with that, miss me with the boat sinking for 3 hours, and miss me how homeboy checked out on a piece of cardboard and shorty didn't want to get on the boat. They both could have made it on there. Like, she could have sat down on there Indian style. He probably could have did the same thing and they would have been cool, and he wouldn't have gotten hypothermia and bit the dust. Like, it would have been fine. But they had to make it about the love. And, he had to die, sacrifice himself, and all that sappy nonsense. There was another one when I was in middle school this was talked about, was the Titanic, man. All that movie's mentioned a lot. It's probably top 10 best movies ever made. So no, man, I don't like the Titanic. And number 2, let me get right to it, man. American Pie, yo. This is one of the most disgusting movies ever made. Like, that humor's not for me. I don't like that humor at all. Not into it. I don't care. It was just I watched it when I was younger. I haven't watched it again. I don't want to watch it again, and I don't find that fascinating about this film at all. It was just OD disgusting, and let's move right along. So American Pie, number 2. And then number 1. I know people about to be extremely tight at my number 1 pick. It is none other than Scarface. Salute to Al Pacino for... Listen, Al Pacino's dope. I know everybody likes this film. We like the quotes, all right? We like the quotes in the film. We don't like the movie. We like the quotes. We like Al Pacino's acting, all right? The movie is shot terrible. The storyline is not compelling. It's just Al Pacino. And I remember back, everybody was Scarface having the posters and things of that nature. Man, it's not a good movie, fam. It's not, yo. It's just not. I mean, I know the quotes. I do. Some of them. But do I go back because of the film, or do I go back for the quotes? I think I just go back for Al Pacino's quotes. Story, honestly, if we're real with ourselves, just keep it a buck. We don't go back because we like Scarface. So that's my top 5 most overrated movies. Scream, Basic Instinct, Titanic, American Pie, and Scarface. My top 5 most overrated films. Remember, big shots number the little shot they kept shooting. Slow run is better than no run. If you don't like my reviews, cut me some slack, and if that ain't good enough, pardon my back. Subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram, all that stuff, alright? In the meantime, hold it down. Tune in for the next episode of Palm My Back Podcast. Meantime, hold it down. It's me, Sebastian West, signing out.